Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match. Kate and Jim getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match. Kate and Jim getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. Sorry, I've got a mouthful of chocolate. Hope everyone is well. First of all, I apologise. I think I set the stream up for 12 o'clock. My holiday brain is still in action, but we're back, and it's good to be back, Jimbo, isn't it? How are you doing?
Yeah, excellent. Got a bit of the snivels this morning, I think, with the weather changing. But apart from that, all good.
It's definitely changed. There's been it's getting cooler. It's gone from being boiling to being windy and chilly and, not nice at all. But before we crack on with the show, let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Naomi saying, afternoon, Kate and Jimbo, hope you're well. Good to see you, love. Then we've got Harmless Potato saying, hello all, big up Kate and Jimbo. Come on, you Spurs. Benji's in the house. Big up, Benny. Hope you're well. Drew Lala says, afternoon, Kate and Jim. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your lovely break. And big up the chat. It was lovely, actually. Designed to Win says, afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. Trust you enjoyed your break. Leo is in the house saying, good morning. Hope you guys are well. We got Leo. Afternoon, Fiona. Hope you're well. And we've got Barbaric Disdain saying, afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. Hope you had a fantastic trip. Champions League soon. Come on, you Spurs. And the lovely Aaron Lawrence is here. Says, massive big up, Kate and Jimbo. It's been ages. Hope you're both good. Massive win on Saturday. Big up to everyone joining us. Did I say hello to Jay? If I did, I'm saying it again. Big up, Jay. Look, great weekend of football. Some really good games. Obviously, Tottenham dismantling West Ham quite easily with a 3-0 victory. They had the Manchester derby yesterday where Manchester United looked absolutely abysmal and Haaland looked like he's back to his best. Liverpool nicking a late winner right at the death with their late penalty. Arsenal dispatching Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest quite easily. Jimbo, where do you want to start?
Wherever you want. I'd like to say about Haaland, I always said he's a fantastic goal scorer, but I don't really see him do a lot else. But yesterday, he was phenomenal yesterday. Oh, my God. He was not only the best up the front, he was the best defender and all. I saw a different side to him yesterday. Maybe I don't watch him enough. I mean, we do watch a lot of their games, but I thought Haaland was magnificent yesterday.
Let's start on the Manchester derby and just touch on that. Obviously, Manchester City won it 3-0, Foden with the opening goal, and then Haaland getting a brace, one of which was an incredible goal. I'm watching a lot of Ruben Amorim this morning because Manchester United have said they've got faith in this guy. I can't help but get flashbacks of Ange Postecoglou. I've said it from the minute I saw his first interview, because he is incessant on playing this system and will not change it. What do you make of Ruben Amorim, Jim? And I mean, he said today it's not the system that's causing them to not win games. But I mean, what do you think?
I just think that I said to you when they appointed him, I didn't like him. I didn't know a great deal about him, but what I did know about him, I didn't like his style of football. But look, I don't know where Man United are going. I mean, I said this last season that they're living off their history, Man United, at the minute. I mean, I'm sorry, but they are. I think they did last season as well. I mean, at the minute, they're a massive club. Historically, they're a massive club. One of the biggest clubs to ever be on this planet. But at the minute, they're not a massive club.
There's got to be some truth
on the minute, Kate, and that's just it.
There's got to be some truth in this. Like Barbarich just said, it's becoming a vanity project for Amorim, just like Ange. When you're losing consistently, and I think he's won something like 8 in 36 games, you've got to look at yourself and say this system isn't working. He's got a new front line. He's got Brian and Mbeumo. He's got Cunha up front. The players aren't as bad as these performances are making out. I mean, they looked clueless yesterday. Half of the players didn't look like they knew where they were supposed to be. He's got to surely take a look at himself and realise that the way he's setting this team up, it's not working.
Look, Anthony has gone, right? He's playing really well. I haven't seen a team yet that if we play well, can't beat every team looks beatable. Anthony's gone, he's playing well. I don't know how Højlund's doing, but he's a lot better player than we saw at Man United. Garnacho, I would have took him at Spurs all day long because you could see that there's a player in there. Who's the other guy up front, the one who plays for England? He's doing well. What's his name? But the one who was at Man United, they've just sold him to Barcelona. I can't think of his name.
Rashford.
That's it, Rashford. He's doing well. It's got to be. I mean, I just think that I think at the minute, and it has been for a long time, right? I think that Man United's just a poison chalice. It is. I mean, tell me, they've won some trophies in the last 10 years, 2, is it, or 3? But it's not. That's not Man United, is it? They're normally fighting for everything, and they've won some cups. It's just since I don't know what's happened since Fergie's left. It's not the same club. You don't. I mean, what team goes to Man United and fears them now? Nobody. Everybody goes there and thinks they can win. Man United. I mean, I remember back in the 90s and going to Man United, it was like, well, that's 3 points gone, or 2 points, whatever it was then, 3 points. That's 3 points gone because we ain't beating them. And that's what you thought. And when they come to your ground, you just thought, if we get a point out of this, we've had a touch. I mean, we were 3-0 up against them. We was at the game, Kate. We was 3-0 up against them. You was at the game, weren't you?
2-0, and they come on and score 3.
Yeah, it was 3-0 up, and they come back 5-3.
Oh, that was it. That's when Beckham come on, and he was incredible. Yeah, that was before we were together, wasn't it? We was both at the same game, but we weren't together. Yeah, I was with the riff raff. You was with the prawn sandwich brigade.
They were just a team that you feared no matter what, But
yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. But at the minute, no one fears them. I mean, they are a mid-table team at the minute. If they're staying there or not, I don't know for how long. I'm sure they'll get back up the top with the right guidance. But they're just not a team anymore that you think, why they're going to be fighting for everything, because they're just not. I mean, and is it
They
sad?
might be fighting for relegation.
Is it sad? I don't know. Is it sad as a Spurs supporter after seeing everything they've won and my mates that were United fans taking the piss out of me year in, year out, year in, year out? You know, to me, I don't find it that sad as it happens, but how the mighty have fallen.
I find it sad in the sense of I can understand how Man United fans must feel because they were always this giant institution that won everything. And if they didn't win, they were right up there. And they're like a shadow of the team that they once were. But at the same time, there's an element of me that's loving it because of all the grief we've always had from Manchester United fans over the years. Because when I was growing up, Arsenal and Man United were like these two mega forces and Tottenham were nowhere near them. So
yeah, I mean, I heard a stat this morning, right, that since Fergie's left, Man United haven't finished above Man City.
oh my
You know, that since Fergie's gone, they haven't finished above Man City. No, you know. And I saw Martin Keown this morning talking on Talk Sport, and he said that he played that system under Bruce Rioch. And he said, we used to go on the pitch and he went and we didn't have a clue what was going on. He said, it's a terrible system. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not my club, so I'm not going to sit and cry about it. But, I mean, I'm sure Man United fans can't believe what's happening. I mean, even their roof's leaking. I mean, can it get any worse?
I mean, do you see him staying with this guy long term? Or is it going to come to a stage where they've got to get rid of him?
Well, they're saying this morning that the ball are behind him, but lose 2 or 3 more games and we'll see how much behind him they are then. You know?
Yeah.
They had a decent manager in the guys at Everton, and they didn't give him a chance. You know, look, he's gone to West Ham and won them a trophy.
Look at Ollie. Ollie got him second.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't enough. And now it's a bit like, you know,
where would they be now if they stuck with Ollie? You don't know.
No, but yeah, that's enough about them. I just find it so incredible how much they've fallen from grace, really, for the team that they once were to where they are now. You know, I couldn't see anything before the game started, anything other than a City win, and they made him look so useless, really. I mean, Haaland cut through him like butter. He was immense yesterday. He's just a machine, Haaland, an absolute machine. And that one that he hit and it hit the inside of the bar still never went in. I don't know how that didn't go in.
I know. I mean, I remember we were playing Man United one weekend, and you and me, we'd booked to go to see Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, the O2.
We were saying, well, it don't matter if we miss Tottenham because he's playing there. We're playing United. So, and then we beat them.
We did. And we watched it in the sports car until right at the end. And then we had our phones on just checking that we did win it. But yeah, there we go. But obviously,
he was our manager, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. And Bale was there. It was, happy times. But we've got a new manager in town and his name is Thomas Frank. And once again, at the weekend, he and the team showed the transformation from last season to this season. Hang on, before we move on to Spurs, Kate, here's a question. Would Man United getting relegated go down as one of the worst falls from grace in any sport? I would say 100%, absolutely. What about you, Jimbo?
Well, I think where they are now is heading in that direction, Daniel. I mean, they are just, I mean, where are they? 14th, I think. They're just a mid-table team now, you know, and it's, I mean, the stats don't lie, you know, where you are shows, and that's where they was last season. I can't remember where they were the season before, but, you know, they're down there now. Their fall is massive. And as I said, you know, I suppose I feel for the Man United, but did they feel for us when they were kicking our ass every time we played them?
No, you know, they did not.
So if they got relegated, I wouldn't cry.
I do look at some of their team, like, for instance, they bought that Xerxes. I just think they're just not good enough to be playing for Manchester United, some of these players. Well, how the mighty fall. But yeah, enough. Let's talk about Tottenham again, putting on an incredible performance. It is chalk and cheese when you watch Tottenham this season compared to Angie's Tottenham last season. When you look at, yes, we brought in the likes of Simons, who played, Paulinia played, Kudus played. But even so, the transformation in our football team is off the charts. And to be fair, we made West Ham look like a championship team.
We made them look what they are. Crap.
They were terrible. I mean, even before the red card, we were just, they never looked like they could score a goal. Are you listening to me, Jim?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, but I'm sorry.
Oh. No, I was just saying that. I mean, they've got Jared Bowen.
Yeah, it's not like they've got terrible players, Kate. If you go through their squad, they got some good players. They got Somerville. He looks a really good player. Yeah, I agree, Drew. That he looks a decent player. They got another young kid they've just bought, 17 million. What's his name? I don't know, but he looked decent. They got Bowen. They got the other guy we was trying to get. Yeah, I mean they got Socek. They got some good players in their team. But look, I've said it, and no one's ever heard me say anything different. I don't rate their manager. I never rated him. I didn't even rate him when he was at Brighton. And I can tell you now, as much as I love Spurs, I would have struggled to watch him if we'd have employed him as our manager, because I just think he's a terrible manager. But
yeah, he looked a bit. I don't want to say deflated, because I think that's the understatement of the century. He looked completely out of his depth, and he looked like he just didn't know where to turn and what to do on Saturday. When the third goal went in, you saw him give the biggest sigh, but there was no real guidance from the touchline. He just looked like, I don't know what to do with this team. We watched Ange, right? Forest get smacked by Arsenal. And Ange did the whole standing there looking a little bit out of his depth and a bit clueless. And that to me is how Graham Potter looked. And now he was brilliant when he was at Brighton, but nothing has slotted into place for him since then. And I'm with you. I would have absolutely been heartbroken if we have got him in charge, because I think he's got the charisma of a wet fish. But I mean, I actually really think there's a good chance that West Ham could get relegated this year. They look so poor.
Oh, don't make me smile.
I mean, you've got Villa, going back to just changing the subject slightly, you've got Villa who are right at the bottom as well. Still haven't scored a goal. The only team in the UK to have not scored a single goal. I don't know what's going on with them. Emery, again, looks like a lost puppy at the minute. Looks like he doesn't have a clue what to do with this team that he's got. And I expected Villa. I had them down as my big disappointment for this season, like the team you think everyone will expect to do well and they don't. But I feel that West Ham and Villa, not only do they both look really poor, both their managers look like they don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know. I know you said, Jim, when we watched the Villa game or whatever, we watched the match of the day, whatever it was, you said I wouldn't want Emery to be our manager, and I said he seems to have a few good seasons and then it's like he gets found out, or maybe he gets bored.
I mean, there's certain managers that just won't fit in at Spurs, and morning Matt, he's one of them. I don't think he would fit in at Spurs. And the West Ham manager, Harry Potter, he would never ever make a Spurs manager. And I just think, look, I'm not going to say Emery, because I think Emery is a good manager. I don't think he's a bad manager, but I just don't think he'd be a good Spurs manager. But I think Graham Potter is one of these managers that the Premiership's too much for him. I mean, he done well with Brighton, he done all right, but did they have an established team, or did he build that team? I can't remember. But he's never done anything after that. And I just think that some managers are not built for the Premier League, and I think he's one of them.
Well, if West Ham stick with him, I think there's a chance he could take him down. And Villa, I don't know what's going on with them. They're I said that, like I say, I thought they'd be a fall from grace this year, but Listen, Connor, I completely agree. Emery gives off the vibe that he's taken Villa as far as he can.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get as well. It's like he doesn't really know where to go from here. And I think he could be one of the next managers sacked, although who they bring in, I've no idea. But Ben, you're right. How lovely is it to predict us to smash a team and it be no drama? Almost every Arsenal fan knew Emery was shit. Emery is a cup manager, kind of like Ange. Potter is a great coach, but a terrible manager. The question is, were Hammers poor or did we play well? I think it was a combination of both. I thought we were very, very good in midfield, particularly, although I thought Romero was outstanding. And that ball he played for Bergvall was magnifique.
Well, you couldn't have played it any better. It was just
no. It was a Beckham-esque ball. But I thought West Ham were very poor as well. So I think it was a bit of both. But I also agree with what someone said in here earlier. I can't remember who it was who said, I think it was Guy, who said, every team looks beatable this year. There's not one where you've watched and you've gone, wow, they're different gravy. You know, you've seen odd performances like, for instance, Manchester City yesterday looked really good. And you've seen performances where Arsenal, you've gone, wow, they look really good. And you've seen your performance.
Sorry, just to interrupt before you go on to Arsenal. But you say that, but they were very open yesterday, City. I said to you yesterday when we was watching it, if we was playing them today, we would have scored a few goals. I mean, they had chances, Man United, but Man United are just not. They're just not good enough. It's as simple as that. But if you'd have had a better team playing City yesterday, there would have been a decent scoreline.
Big up James Flower.
Right, James.
I don't think City were even good. I think they definitely were in the second half, but they're a lot like Liverpool. They've both got defensive issues because Liverpool, you can get at them this year. You know, I don't think to myself this year, wow, I'm dreading going to so-and-so. I suppose the team that worries me the most, if I had to say a team, is going to Stamford Bridge simply because they always beat us and going to the Emirates.
I'm not scared to go there this year.
Which one or both?
Either one. I'm not scared to play anyone this year. You know, and I know I say it every year, but I just think this manager's. I love this manager. You can see, you know, you can see in the game he changes stuff. He's got them organised on corners. You know, he just looks a different. He's to me the perfect manager to have. Because he obviously studies the other teams, you know, and he's always watching the game, making notes. They said at half time that he told them how to score from the corners, right? What to do, and they did it. And then when they scored, they all pointed at him. You know, this manager, I just love him, Kate. I wouldn't swap him for anyone, and I just wouldn't swap this guy. I think he's perfect for us. The players seem to love him. You know, he puts his arm around them. They're organised. They've got so many different coaches in, you know, working with the keeper, working with the defence. You know, it's I think we've got a real good future to look forward to under this guy, along as the club back him like they're backing him. You know, we can't say they haven't backed him; they have backed him this winter, but they need to keep doing that instead of buying 6 or 7 players that are average, right, or young that they want to bring along. Buying players like they have done, you know, players
2 or 3 that are real quality
to walk straight into the first team, and it won't be that long, Kate, before we'll be fighting for the Premiership if they do that. A few windows, and we'll be fighting for it. You know, they've got the base of it now. They've got the manager for it. Now we have to kick on with it.
Paul Pablo says, Jimbo, I know you look for positives. Can you tell me some positive about Tell? I have never seen anything with him.
Look, I still think I think he worked hard. He worked hard and put himself about. Saturday, he was involved in one of the goals. You know, I just think it's still a bit early to be slating this guy. I think it's too early to be slating any of them. You know, I think we need to leave them alone. Let Frank work with them and see where he takes them. Right, it's only a few games into the season. You know, he never went into the Champions League squad, but he still played in the Premiership, and you could see that he wasn't like sulking or nothing. So let's just give the guy a chance, with Frank, and see. 6 months' time, we might be saying, look, he's had a good few games. He's still not improved. But let's give him a chance before we slaughter him.
Yeah. Look, there is rumours that Ange Postecoglou wants Tell. I've got a funny feeling his future isn't going to lie with Spurs. I don't think Frank particularly rates him. And I struggle to find too many positives to say. He did do some running around, but I don't think we found his right position yet either.
It's great. We've seen this with players, not just with Tottenham, but with other teams over the years. It takes them a long time to bed in. And he's come from a different country. He's only young. Let's give him a chance and see where we go with him. In a year, 6 months to a year, I might be sitting and saying, look, he's not the right guy for Tottenham. But you don't know. Let's just see where we go, and let's not bury the kid before he's had a season with Frank.
I think are we 8 goals we've scored and 1 conceded as well.
Yeah.
And we're missing the likes of Maddison, Kulu. So look, Arsenal made a good start. Tottenham have made a good start. Liverpool have obviously made the best start of all. That's why they're sitting at the top of the table. I think Arsenal have done well in some games. In other games, I think they've looked unimpressive. But then I can say that about every team so far. I've not watched one team and every week they've gone and blown me away. But it is early days. We're only 4 games in. I don't think we've gone out of second gear. We're only just starting to click. I think that's the same with all teams. Simons, I thought he was good. I think he's still got to build up some sort of relationship with his teammates, get on the same wavelength, but he was busy, tried to do some tricks and flicks. I was impressed. I think this guy is going to be good for us, but it just needs a bit of time. I don't know what you think, Jimbo.
You can look at some players, right, when they come into a team. And, I mean, he wasn't fantastic, but he did some good stuff, and he assisted a goal, right? But you can just look at some players and you just know they've got it. And he's got it. And he will soon bed in. He's not going to be one of these players that needs like 3 months to bed in. He's going to bed in after a few games, you'll see.
Yeah, Guy's right. You could see when Xavi tried a little back heel and no one was there. Yeah, this is what I mean. Those relationships have got to be formed. And he got an assist from a great corner. So, afternoon, Shem says, hope you're both doing well. Missed your excellent We Are Tottenham TV pre-match pump-ups. Do you know what? That was supposed to go ahead, but not with me because the internet was bad. But Jose didn't make it back in time. But fear not, we are back tomorrow night for the first Champions League pre-match pump-up, which will be fun. And then obviously again on Saturday. But yes, we will return. Simons got an assist in his first position, played out position. The pass to Spence not having chemistry was funny. Yeah, that will come. That will come. I go along with Odegaard. Give him a chance. With Tell, I can't see anything. I do get what you're saying, but I also think if Frank doesn't see anything with Tell, he will drop him. I don't know what you think, Jim. I think
I think he'd drop anyone if they're not playing well. So yeah. I think there's enough games over the season, right? For them all to get enough games, and you've got to remember as well that Odegaard's in the Champions League squad, and we got a game on Tuesday. So to me, it made sense to put Tell in on Saturday. So
I agree.
So I think that they'll all get their fair share, and I think the ones that are not going to make the cut will get weeded out.
Yeah, I agree. Big up silent violence all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm sure it's a lot warmer there than it is here. It's blowing a blooming gale here. Played at home, not had any tough grounds. I don't like all this easy start. Everyone's got to play everyone. So we just see what happens. But yeah, Champions League, I cannot wait to hear that music at the stadium. It's what our stadium was built for. Big nights like tomorrow night. Tottenham faces
Villa. Right, if you lived in Jim's world last year when we was playing in the Europa League, I heard the Champions League music. In Jim's world, it was the Champions League music going on.
That says a lot about you. without saying too much. Hopefully with the Champions League pre-match pump-up, so Jimbo's trophy won't be so far away from the screen. Yes. It's miles away. Look, it's next to the walking stick. It looks tiny. Yours?
Yeah, but where did I get it from? Was it your
We got it
Gramps?
when we lived at our old address.
Was it
When
your
you used to
Gramps?
go... No, it's not Gramps' one. I've got Gramps' one.
Oh. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's not one of Gramps'. It's yours, darling. It's so
I'll be
that you
using
can
it
get
in a few years.
wear your flat cap and move all the trees out of the way. I bet it's hot there. Trinidad and Tobago. I bet it's bloody hot. Afternoon, Colin says, afternoon from a wet and windy Welsh Wales. It is, I don't know if it's wet here. No, it's not wet, but it's very, very windy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do while I think of it. I'm going to give away that other 5 memberships that I've got to give away. And there we go. They've gone. Giving away 5 memberships, and they have gone to TTID. Lovely Lou has got one. Lou Chill Music has got one. Anthony 1985 has got one, and Chelsea FC Seb has got one. Big up to you all. Otherwise, I'll forget to send them. So big up to everyone that got the 5 memberships. Jimbo, obviously there were some really good performances for Tottenham at the weekend. The player of the match
ratings or no ratings today?
We are going to do ratings, but I'm just chatting first of all. The player of the match voted for by the fans went to Lucas Bergvall.
Yes.
Was he your choice for player of the match, or did you have
100%,
someone else?
100%. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. I thought, I thought Romero was good as well. I thought he could have won it. I thought Bergvall was definitely the man of the match. I thought he played so well. He took his goal brilliant.
That whole goal was beautiful. The pass leading to that lovely goal. It was just a lovely goal. Yeah. And Bergvall was everywhere. I thought he was a worthy winner for player of the match. And
is he 18, 19? How old is he?
Yeah. I know people were telling me not to get too hyped, and I was getting told off for hyping up Bergvall too much last year. But I've got really solid hopes for this kid. I think he's excellent. Big up, James. Good to see you. Big up, Paddy Hartnett as well. Lovely to see you. The Spurs and Jimbo. The quad is on.
Look. The quad is on until it's not on. Right? We're third in the league. We're in all the cups. So for me, the quad is on.
Well, there you go. The quad is on according to Jimbo. But yeah, look, there was a few players. I mean, someone there just said that Sarr was their man of the match. There was a few players you could argue deserved it. I think my 2 best were the same as you. I think Bergvall and Romero stood out for me. But look,
Sarr was brilliant as well. He was.
Matt, we played Manchester City away. How is Bournemouth our hardest game that we've played? I think you need to look at the fixtures. Just saying. You're welcome, Lou. You are welcome. And yeah, Madueke, look, I laughed when Arsenal signed him. And Jimbo said to me the other day, I don't know why everyone's laughing. This geezer's brilliant. And he has been fantastic.
When he went there, right, I have to be honest, and I did say it to UK, I didn't know how good he was. That's why I actually asked you how good he was. And you said that everybody's laughing. He's gone to Arsenal. And I said, well, I'm sure they've seen something in him to buy him, because they're very rarely Arsenal buy crap players, right? And I'll tell you what a player he is. I think he's absolutely brilliant. He's not only been, for me, probably Arsenal's best player, right, so far. He was fantastic for England as well. So why people were laughing and taking the piss, and look, I've said this to you 1,000 times, Kate. Some players don't fit at some clubs, and maybe he just never fitted in at Chelsea, and he's got away from there, and he's showing how good he is.
I'm not sure he got the run that he needed as well. I don't know, but he does look like a different player at Arsenal. Colin says, how can a defence leak 68 goals and yet the same defence let in 1 in 4? Answer, proper coaching. I know. Big up Luce, pretending to work, but she's listening away. And yeah, Kate, Arsenal fans calling City away easy when they ain't won there in 13 years. Look, that the agenda is real. That's all I'm going to say. It's like when Man United lost yesterday. I said to Jim, beating City away isn't for everyone. But let's have a look at our player ratings for Tottenham 3-0 away winners to West Ham. Big Vic, Jimbo. What are you giving Big Vic?
If I'm scared to give him 10s because you'll give 10s because you always have a go at me.
Cassandro, sorry, is saying that he thinks Spurs should have signed him. He was saying he thinks Spurs should have signed him.
You know what? I'd have took him in a heartbeat if I'd have known how good he was.
I'll put
have a clue. I hadn't seen a lot of him, but
I'll put my hands up and say I was well wrong because I thought he was average, and he's proven me well wrong.
Well, to me, he looks like Arsenal's best player so far.
Yeah,
the first 4 games.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But yes, Vicario. Drula's saying clean sheet equals a 10.
Yes, I would give him Vicario a 10.
Look, I think the reason Vicario is playing much better, which he is, I think he's more confident with the back 4 that he's got in front of him now, because it seems to be the same back 4 every week. You've got Porro, Van de Ven, Romero and Spence. I'm giving him a solid 8. He didn't have to do much, Jim. Let's be fair.
Right. What he had to do, he did well.
But he didn't really have to do anything.
It's like if you give a 10, that someone takes a tenner out your purse.
They'd have to find one first. There's none in there. But no, I look, he didn't really do anything to warrant any higher than, only 2 saves.
All right, 5 points a save equals 10.
Well, I'm giving him a solid 8. And long may this form continue from Big Vic. Then we've got the little man who I love so very much, little Pedro Porro. Jimbo, what are you giving Porro?
Well, look, I'm not like other people, am I, with these scores? But I just think to myself, the defence was as solid as anything. I'm going to give him a 10. I'm sorry.
Well, it was his 26th.
All through, don't worry. But I have to give the goalkeeper and the defence 10s because they were just brilliant.
It was his 26th birthday and his 87th appearance for Spurs. He created the joint most chances in the match, made 5 recoveries and kept a clean sheet. He did really well against Somerville, who you were saying looks like a really good player.
He looks like he's going to be a decent player.
He was very good against him. I'm going to give Porro a 9. I'm going to agree with Drula and give Porro a 9. I thought he was very good. Needed everything he needed to do, he did. So yeah, Porro gets a 9 from me. And he is one of my very favourite players. And yeah, I agree, Colin. But I also think as well, because the back 4 are so solid, I think he feels more comfortable as well, Vicario.
That works both ways, Kate. That if the back 4 know they've got a solid keeper behind them, it makes them feel more comfortable as well. So it's all working well at the minute.
Steve says Vic isn't crapping himself that he has to play out from the back in tight situations. He can lump it forward if needed without getting in a row from the manager. I've just got to put it out there. Donnarumma at Man City, his punches, they go to near the halfway line. I've never seen anything like it. He must have some real strength. What a keeper they've got there.
26 as well. I thought he was a lot older than that.
He looks older, A, because he's losing his hair, and B, because it feels like he's been around forever.
Yeah. What a good keeper he is. They've got this
fantastic keeper. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Next up, we've got our captain, fantastic Christian Romero. Jimbo, what are you giving Christian Romero? What?
Solid 10. Why are you shaking your head?
You give 10s to everyone.
I don't give 10s to everyone, but I just think to myself, we've got a goalkeeper and a back 4, right? That were just absolutely solid. You know, they never scored. So why am I going to give him anything but a perfect score?
Well, I'm going to give him a 10. I'm going to be honest. I am going to give him a 10. He had a perfectly good goal ruled out. He did that. I can't even express how wonderful the assist was for Bergval's goal. Made 93% of attempted passes. Didn't commit a single foul. Slowly removing the two rash concepts sometimes associated with him. Couldn't do any more apart from the goal being allowed. I mean, that was an absolute disgrace. If we're going to start disallowing goals for that, I don't know where football goes from here. The
thing is, it's so inconsistent because he's got a perfectly good goal, right? He was nothing to do with Carl Walker-Peters going on the floor, right? That was his own player that pushed Van der Ven, that went into Romero, right? That knocked him over. But then at the other end, Carl Walker-Peters wrestled Van der Ven to the floor, right? And they don't give a penalty. If you're going to stop a goal because of that, then you've got to give a penalty because of that. It's just so inconsistent. Terrible refereeing. I missed Ref Watch this morning on Sky Sports. Sky Sports News, which I'm a bit gutted about. I'm going to have to find it later because I want to see what that Muppet says about it. Because he always sticks up for the refs.
Yogi gave Romero a 10, as did Alex, as did Drula. Big up Ronnie. Silent Violence says Arsenal fans are low-key worried about Spurs this season, and that's good. Yeah, they never admit it, but of course they are. They all desperately wanted Ange to stay. So, and then we've got his partner in crime, Mickey van der Ven, Jimbo.
I'm going to actually give Mickey a 9.
Okay.
Right, and the reason I'm going to give him a 9 because he didn't listen to his goalkeeper and it nearly cost a goal. So I'm going to give him a 9. I have to be fair there because when I saw the incident and I've watched it a few times, it could have cost us a goal, and which would have brought them right into the game and give them a lift. So I'm going to give him a 9.
I did see some West Ham fans actually trying to say it wasn't a goal, which is so embarrassing. But yeah, if Van Dijk had passed that, match of the day would be drooling over it. It was the most sensational pass right onto his head. I mean, it couldn't be any more perfect. So Drula's giving Van der Ven a 10, while Alex is giving him a 7.5.
That Muppet on TalkSport, what's his name, the West Ham supporter. He's a common. He goes to the games. I'm the Moose. Right.
Yeah. Oh, he's not a Muppet. I like the Moose.
He's a Muppet, Kate. He's a Muppet. Honestly, anything to do with West Ham, right? He'll argue till the end of the earth, and he knows he's wrong. And he's saying that it should never have been a goal. It just says it all.
I'm going to give Mickey a 9.3. I'm giving him a 0.3 for the goal.
Do you know what? I want to change mine and give him a 10 because I forgot about the goal. That made up for the mess up. So I'm giving him a 10.
It kept Lucas Paqueta quiet the whole game. I think one of the most important things for us to be successful this season is keeping Van der Ven fit. I think it's so important for Spurs. But I'm going to give him a solid 9.3 for Mickey. And he took his goal lovely as well at the end. Then we've got little Jed Spence, sensational. What are you giving him?
I just love Jed. I'm going to give him a 10. I just love him. I just think he's such a nice kid. He's such a good footballer as well. That he was treated so bad at Tottenham, but he plays now, and you can see he loves being on there. He loves the cockerel. He always has a smile on his face. You know, I just love him. He's one of my favourite players in the team, so I'm giving him a 10.
I'm going to give him a 9. He's had a great week. He made his England debut. He's probably one of our most informed players at the minute. Kept Bowen dead quiet. Did some nice link up with Xavi Simons. He did get a yellow card, but it was a good, solid performance from Jed.
I mean, you've got to look how far he's come since Conte was here. and Conte
Yeah.
treated him like shit.
But I'm with Drew. I'm going to give him a solid 9. Another one of my very favourite players, and proof that working hard, it does pay off. And I agree. I think in the early days, the way he was treated at Spurs by the likes of Conte was abysmal. But he's showing his worth tenfold. And Alex is giving him a 10 out of 10. But yeah, we all have spent. Absolutely a brilliant little player we've got on our hands there. And I like it. He's got a bit of swagger, but he doesn't come across as cocky. He's just got a little bit of swagger, and he's perfectly entitled to have that because he's playing out of his skin at the minute. So, and then we've got Paulinho. At one time, shitting myself that I thought he was going to get injured after that guy ripped his sock with that nasty foul Souček. But Jim, what did you make of Paulinho?
I'm dreading him getting injured. He's so solid, and what a player. You know, there shouldn't be no hesitation about buying him.
No.
You know, I think I would pay the money now to make sure we can't lose him.
We can't lose him anyway because we've got the option. So,
yeah, I'm going to give him a 10, Kate. I just thought he was phenomenal. I just think, what a player. I knew he was a good player from Fulham. I didn't really realise how good he is when you watch him. You know, all the time. You're right there, darling.
Yeah, I was trying to put my cardigan on. It got stuck over the back of the chair.
I prefer when you take your clothes off, not put them on.
It was over the back of the chair, and I'm trying to put it on. It was stuck. I'm going to give Paulinho a 9.5.
Oh, you're so tired. What's wrong with you?
He completely dominated all the defensive side. He was the key to obviously Souček getting sent off, which turned the game completely. Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He tackles hard. He's not scared to go for everything. He's Mr. Mop everything up. I completely agree. And another one that's key, we've got to keep this guy fit, which means I don't think he can play every single week. But yeah, great performance from him again. I feel sorry for Richie. He never scored a better goal in his life. It was going to be goal of the season. Didn't even make goal of the month. Did it not? I didn't look. 8 out of 10 from Alex for Paulinho. He's a beast. You give him 9.5. Look, the reason why I have to give my men of the match 10s. Otherwise, you could have multiples. And so far, the only
it was just like a mountain.
The only 10 I've given is for Romero. So anyone who knows will know what's coming next, because we have got up next Lucas Bergvall, Jimbo.
I'm going to give him 11 out of 10. No, 10. It's just he was fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, is he 18 or is he 19, Kate? I don't know, but
I think he's 19, but he might be 18.
Can you imagine in 3-4 years what he's going to be like?
Bergvall, he is 19, yeah. Same age as Wills.
Yeah, I think that someone's just put in there 19. I just think that as well, when you're putting him in with better players, he's going to get better and better under the right umbrella with players like Paulinho in there and Xavi. It's going to make him a better player. Playing with him, the sky's the limit for this kid.
I'm going to give him a 10. He scored, he assisted for Van der Ven's goal, he pressed constantly, just had energy going. Yeah, his energy throughout the whole night, like the whole time, was unbelievable. He's young, he's versatile, and I think this guy's only going to get better. So I am going to give Bergvall a solid 10 as my man of the match for the weekend. And all these people that say don't get overexcited or overhype him, I say bollocks, let's overhype him.
I get overexcited just watching Tottenham when we win 3-0. It's like I get a tingle in my loin every time. Can't help it, get excited.
I'd just like to say as well, when we did the predictions on Friday, obviously we didn't do it live. Jimbo said 4-0, and I went 4-0. You don't think at their place they're going to score a goal? And he went, all right, I'll do 3-0. And it was 3-0. So I won you an extra 2 points, Jimbo.
Well, thank you.
This week.
Much appreciated.
Um,
I thought if I got the score spot on with Tottenham, I got double points. Was that right?
no, that was once.
Wow.
That was once. Don't get too used to it. Then we've got the Sarman, a guy again who's in outstanding form this year. One of the most improved players under Thomas Frank, I would say. What are you giving our Sarman?
Yeah, he could have been man of the match as well, couldn't he? 10.
Any particular reason?
Am I boring you or something? You keep yawning.
I'm just sleepy. I'm sleepy. You're dopey. Any particular reason why you've given him a 10, Jimbo?
Yeah, because he was fantastic, Kate. He was just all over the place, you know. Scored a great
And he
goal.
scored.
Yeah, scored a great goal. So yeah, the 10.
I am going to give him a 9.5. He is the engine that powers everything in the midfield. He just doesn't stop running. Scored a good goal. I think he is probably the most improved player under Thomas Frank so far that we've seen. In pre-season, he looked excellent, and he's continued that form into the start of the season. Long may it continue. I agree. His engine is just unbelievable. It never slows down. He just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. And and he scored as well. So maybe a 9.3 I'll give him. I've gone up 0.3. Then we've got...
He took that goal well.
Really Mohamed Judas, as they call him at Wet Spam, otherwise known as Mohamed Kudus. Jimbo, how did you think he did against his former employers?
Yeah, I think he did really, really well. I'm going to give him a 9. I'm not going to give him a 10. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he played really well. Worked hard, tricky, but I don't think he was like outstanding, like we know he can be. So I'm going to give him a 9. I'm with Drula.
To be fair, Jim, if you give someone 9 out of 10, that's pretty outstanding.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but I'm talking. He wasn't in the same category as Sarr and Burkeville, and he nearly scored. And it was 3-0 at the time, and I wanted him to score, even though I was going to lose points because I just wanted him to score against West Ham.
Yeah. He created the most chances in the game, completed the most dribbles out of any player for both teams. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I mean, Daniel's giving him a 7. I think the fact that he got booed every single time he got the ball, and if anything, it G'd him up a little bit more. Everything good down the right-hand side came from him. And yeah, I think I give him a solid 9. I think he's a great player. And then we have our debutante, Jimbo, Xavi Simons. How did you think young Xavi did?
I think he did really well. I thought he did well. I think you're right what you said earlier. It's getting a connection. He did a few passes. Maybe his brain, because we used to get this with Bauer, if you remember, his brain was too far ahead of the others. So once they get to know each other, it all fit into place. I'm going to give him I'm going to give him a 9 as well. Assist.
Yeah, I'm going to give him. Before I go on to my score, who's better, Kudus or Madueke? Completely different players. I'm taking Kudus because I like the flair side of the game.
Yeah, I think I would take Kudus, and I'm probably saying it because he's with us now and he loves Tottenham. You know, he said he only wanted us. But I like Madueke. I think he's a really, really good player. I think he's underrated by a lot of what I've heard a lot of people saying or were saying about him before he kicked the ball for Arsenal. You know, and as I said, I couldn't really comment because I didn't see enough of him. But after seeing him now start this season, I think he's a good, very good player.
Sorry, I know it's really rude to yawn, but you know what happened? I took a diazepam last night because I didn't sleep well while we was away. I never sleep that well if I'm not in my own bed. And I got up this morning nice and early, and I'd had a nice 9.5 hours sleep. But it always leaves an after effect on me if I've had one of them, and I just feel a bit woozy in the head, and it's making me yawn. So I do apologise. Xavi Simons, 22 years old. It says that he completed 84% of passes before eventually being substituted with 20 minutes to go. I think there were some promising signs, some glimpses of what he can do. But again, I think those relationships with his teammates and that understanding needs to develop. So I'm going to give him a solid 8. And I'm excited for what's to come for this kid. I think he's going to be a real... He didn't look like... Yeah, he didn't look like the Premier League was going to be too much for him. I just felt like he needs to get that bond with the other players for us to see his best. So he gets a solid 8 from me.
When you look at the clips of him at other teams, and they say, "Oh, you can't go by the clips," you can go by the clips. You know, if they're doing skillful stuff and scoring wonder goals and setting people up. You know, it's there. It's on the TV. It's like watching it on a match, right? And this kid's got it. There's no arguing about it. He's 22, you know, and he's just got it. He's going to be a superstar.
You've also, he did get his first assist as well. Jimbo, I don't really understand what he's doing different. He's always been able to beat a player. Madueke, shit end product, 4 games, no goals, no assists.
Well, I mean, I can only tell you what I've watched on him, Daniel. I think he's a good player. You know, I don't think he's like the best in the Premier League, but I think that they've had a good buy there.
Look, you can't compare Xavi and Sonny yet. We haven't seen enough of Xavi. I'm not making that comparison. Then we've got Matthias Tell, Jimbo. What are you giving him?
I'm going to give him an 8.
8?
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8, Kate.
For what? What exactly did he do?
I thought he worked hard. It looked like he was going to get injured, didn't it? It looked like he was going to have to come off, but he carried on. He was involved in one of the goals. And he worked. I'm not going to start slaughtering these players, right? Because he's had a few games with this manager. So I'm going to give him an 8. I'm not going to be like a right tight bastard and give him 4 or 5. Sorry, I'm going to give him an 8. He was on the part of our team, right? He worked hard and he was part of a winning team and won 3-0.
It says, after predominantly being used on the left, he got given a chance up front with Richie and Mawani on the bench. He made the right runs in behind, but only had 1 shot and completed 75% of attempted passes in the 79 minutes he was on. I am going to give him a 6. 6 for effort more than anything else, because he didn't really show me anything to get excited about. But I don't want to be too harsh on him because, you know, he is one of our players, but I can't warrant giving him anything higher than a 6, I'm afraid. Tell put to me under 21.
I pray, right, that this kid turns out to be special. I really do.
Trula says I'm being a tight bastard because he just run around, done nothing. Thing is, you've got the likes of Sean Butler, who's been an advocate for Tell. He always sticks up for him. And even he's sort of rubbing his head going, I just don't really know where this guy's, what he's doing.
We're not giving him a chance, are we? He's had a season under, was it even a full season under Ange, right?
Half, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's had a few games in with Frank. Let's calm down a little bit and let's give the kid a chance. He's a young guy, you know, and he's coming to the Premier League from a different culture. Let's give him at least half a season to see where we end up with him.
I agree, Daniel. I'd love to see him go in January. I really do hope he comes good, but it hasn't shown that yet. Yeah, I'm at a loss with him, to be fair. And then we've got to give Thomas Frank a rating.
The league, you're at a loss with Tell.
Say that again.
After 4 games, you're at a loss with him.
No, it's not just after 4 games. It's after last season as well.
Look, we got to kind of wipe last season out, because we could say that about a lot of the players last season in the league, right? A lot of the players were terrible in the league last season, underage. You know, okay.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Jim, and you were defending Werner as well, but I can only go by what I see, and I don't see anything yet. But there is. Go on.
It's been 4 games. I remember Bow, right, was terrible for us for I don't know how long, and look where he ended up. I'm not saying
never compare Tell to Bale, please, never.
You can compare him at the beginning, right? But let's give him some time, right? Before we see, honestly, people are just so quick to slaughter him, and let's give him a bit of time.
6. I didn't slaughter him. I just say I would love.
I'm just saying. You said you're at a loss with him. Let's give him a bit of time working with the manager and see where he ends up in 6 months. We might be sitting here saying, "Look, he's not going to make it at Tottenham." Right? Let's just wait and see. It's been 4 games under this manager.
There is rumours that Ange wants him, and please take him. I don't watch the France under-21 games, and to be perfectly honest, if he balls in them, I don't care. I just want him to do it at Spurs, and he just looks like he's our weakest player, and it stands out a mile. So I hope he proves me and everyone wrong. I just don't personally see it happening. We're not writing him off at the moment. We just haven't seen anything. I'm sorry, Kay. I hate it when people do this. Jimbo, stop it. I hate when people do this. What about Kane, Modric, or Bale? Yeah, you can't compare them.
But no, that's wrong, Daniel. You're wrong. You're 100% wrong. Right? I'll tell you why. Because at the beginning of their tenures, right, a lot of people wanted to get rid of them and didn't want to keep them like they are with this guy. Right? Let's give him a chance. You can compare that. You can, because at the beginning, 26 games without a win for Spurs. Let's give this guy a chance before we all slaughter him. He's a young kid that's come into the Premier League from a different culture completely. You know, give him a chance. Give him at least 6 months. So you can compare that.
I'm giving him till January.
Who thought in a million years that at the beginning that Kane and Bale would end up as good as they were?
I'm seeing nothing from Tell. Nothing.
I remember watching Kane thinking, oh my God, why do they keep playing him? This kid's got nothing. He's never going to make it at Tottenham. I remember saying that to people. He's never going to make it at Spurs. And how wrong was I?
Well,
so I just kind of taught me a lesson to calm down with it.
And yeah, Fiona's right. He's had 6 months already. Why have we got to give him another 6 months?
Under Ange, but you could talk about a lot of the players last season under
But they
Ange.
still, but you could say things about the players, but they still offered something. Tell offers nothing.
Well, I don't agree with that, but let's see what happens.
He needs to go on. If he's not going to get sold in January, he needs to go on loan. I mean, Benny says, sorry, Jimbo, Tell is...
I'm going to interrupt you. I'll tell you why. Because in January,
you always interrupt me. You never let me finish a sentence.
Well, you might be sitting here and you're saying you hope he goes in January. In January, you might be sitting here thinking, "Oh my God, like how wrong was I?"
I won't though. Sorry, Jimbo. Tell's crap. Look at the quality of Bergvall compared with him, and he's younger and came from a worse league.
Have you got a crystal ball?
No, but you can see it. It's like Daniel says, right? Bale still showed signs on his debut against Arsenal. Modric was already proven for Croatia. Kane is maybe the only one. Kane is literally our best striker since Greaves.
And but it didn't look like he was going to be. That's for sure. I just think that fans, right? I'm not just saying Spurs fans. I think all fans of clubs nowadays, right, don't give players a chance. Honestly, I think that we should just leave him alone with Frank. and see what Frank can do with him. And let's have a
But
look.
Frank clearly doesn't want him. He's left him out the Champions League squad.
He left him. But do you listen to the interviews, Kate?
Yes, I did, but he still could have fitted him in, Jim.
All right. Well, I hope
it
proves you're all wrong.
So do I, but I will happily lay £20 of my money now that he will not.
Well, we'll see.
Big up, Danny Kiriakou. How are you, my love? Are you back in Amsterdam? Or are you still in London town? Betty says, where does Tell even play? He's not quick enough to be a winger. He don't score enough goals to be a striker. I don't know where he plays.
Well, that's for Frank to find out and work out.
I don't think Frank wants him. I don't think he wants him.
Well, we'll see what happens, you know. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar. I'm just saying give the kid a chance. Don't be too quick to slaughter him.
He had one shot at the weekend, so I don't even think he's a striker. I don't know what the hell he is. But Thomas Frank, Jimbo, what do you give him? What rating?
He's got to have a 10, hasn't he? Right.
You could give him a 9 for playing Tell.
Well, I don't question the manager.
Well, I'm going to give him a 10 anyway, because I think the way he's got our team organised. But I don't think Tell will get that many chances under Frank. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think Frank's convinced by him. I don't think he particularly likes him, and I don't blame him in the slightest, because when you watch our team, you can see the difference in quality between everyone except Tell. And he hasn't really had one outstanding performance for us yet, Matthias Tell. I can't think of one game where I watched him and gone, wow, he had a really good game. Because there's been signs, Colin. I agree. Odebert hasn't set the world on fire, but there's still been signs of what he can do. I don't think there's been any signs of anything that Tell can do yet. But look, he's got a few months to try and prove it, try and change people's minds, but I just don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. Ben says, I give Frank an 8, room for improvement, but I love how solid we are and how we are progressing at set pieces defensively and offensively. Yogi says, I think Tell can learn from Kolo Muani and Richie at training. A little bit strange that Solanke's still not in the squad, Jimbo. Are they lying to us about how serious his injury is?
They said it was his ankle, didn't they? Yeah. They said it was his ankle. I don't know. I don't think Frank's the type to make up stories. He says that he's close. I mean, just got to take him for his word. I don't think he's that type of manager, Kate, to start telling us a load of stories. I think if he was going to be out for a while, he would have said, what's Rodney said here?
He said that there was a time in the game where Spence had to tell where to run. Now that's a lost player. He looks lost, let's be honest.
Well, I just think to myself, I'm willing to give him a chance, and I'm not going to condemn him after 4 games under Frank. And you can say anything about he's been here and had 6 months, right? I can't class last season because in the league there were so many players that were bad last season, you know. So I just think let's give him a bit of time under Frank and see where we go.
Yeah, well, look, let's be fair. We haven't got much choice but to give him a chance because he ain't going to be going anywhere in the meantime. Solanke's out for 3 to 4 months, I've heard. Big up, Jimmy Hotspur. Hope you're well. I have an idea. You two swap glasses. My glasses are fine. I can see perfectly. Mine aren't rose tinted like Jimbo's. Jimbo's got rose.
My dog loves me.
You have got rose tinted glasses, dear.
I just like to give people a chance, and I just think he's not had a fair crack of the whip.
Yeah, he really has.
I know, Mummy's talking rubbish. Tell her
she's yawning because you're waffling again. She did a big fat yawn. That's probably why I've been yawning, because you're just waffling about nothing. But obviously, Champions League returns to White Hart Lane or the Tottenham Stadium or whatever you want to call it tomorrow night, Jimbo, as we face Villarreal. Score prediction for that one?
What's Daniel said here?
That's true. Literally had to point to him where to go. That's a professional footballer who needs guiding on a pitch. This is a guy who played Champions League football before he joined us.
Well, I mean, look, some people are just never going to give him a chance. So you crack on and I'm just willing to give him a chance under Frank. You know, in 6 months, I might be scared to be wrong. Can you hear me, right, Kate?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to give me your score prediction for Tottenham versus Villarreal.
3-0.
To Villarreal.
3-0. I'm not even going to answer that.
And who's going to score the goals? It won't be Till, that's for sure. Danny Kiriako. I'm still here going tomorrow. Was at West Ham on Saturday, was glorious. And I agree, Kate, Jim needs to stop waffling.
I can soon time you out, Danny. Don't worry about that. I've got the power on here.
The waffling is next level waffling. I'm just going to put it out there.
All right, in 6 months, I hope you're going to give me an apology. It's a decent player. All right.
Right. Who's scoring the goals tomorrow then, Jimbo? And it obviously isn't going to be Till because he's been dropped.
You're such a bitch, honestly.
Who's going to score?
In fact, I don't hope you get fuss. I'm not sure who's going to play, am I? But I just, I'm going to have Sar down for another goal, right? I think that Xavi has scored his first goal. And I'm going to put Romero as well.
So a 3-0 home win. Romero, Sarr, and Xavi. I am going to do a 2-0 home win. And I am going to do Richarlison and Van der Ven to score tomorrow night. Cannot wait. It would be so nice to have Champions League back. Don't forget, people, to join us at We Are Tottenham TV from 6:30 for the pre-match pump-up. I completely agree. I don't think Paulinho will start tomorrow. I think Bentancur will start. I think we've got to be very careful not to overplay Paulinho because, you know, we don't want him picking up injuries. So, yeah, I can see Benny starting tomorrow along with Sarr and Bergvall. I think Richarlison starts tomorrow. But yeah, I see a 2-0 not comfortable, but I think we're quite solid at the back. I wonder if Udogie might get a start tomorrow, give Spence a rest. Do you think, Jim?
Maybe, yeah, he might do Udogie. I think that Mawani will be on the bench. I don't think he'll start, but I think he'll bring him on. But I'm looking forward to it. I know that. I'm really looking forward. Who takes the penalties? Well, I'll tell you saying Xavi's a good penalty taker.
And Kudus, I think, can score a penalty.
So we've got a few that take penalties. So, but I would imagine if Richie's on, it'd be Richie, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. I meant to say I'm going to the game tomorrow. I think Spurs 3-1. Solomon, is going to score against us. Yeah, maybe they score, but I think we'll keep a clean sheet. He's only played 17 league games last season. Paulinho, he's not even 100% yet. Yeah, I know. Imagine when he gets to 100% what he could do, because so far he's looking very good indeed. Tell can't play tomorrow. He's not in the Champions League squad, so he definitely won't be playing. Yay. Then we've got the weekend. Who did I say? Is it Brighton at the weekend? Is it Brighton? Let's have a little nosy wosy. Brighton away on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, we've got the Carabao Cup, Doncaster at home. So it's all coming thick and fast.
Yeah. I said that to you this morning, didn't I? The games are going to start coming now. Yeah, that's them, yeah.
So does Thomas Partey as well, which I'm sure we'll get a lovely reception from the Spurs fans if he's there. But yeah, I mean, there was
Is that the one who's been arrested?
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Arsenal have got Champions League tomorrow as well. I'm not sure who they've got. I can't remember.
They're away.
They are away to Athletic Club. What other games are tomorrow? Real Madrid versus Marseille, Juve versus Borussia Dortmund, Benfica versus Karabag. Arsenal run at 5:45. Spurs kick off at 8. Like I say, so the We Are Tottenham TV pump up will be from 6:30. Archer says, "Good afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. Just goes to show when we know Tell can't play in the Champions League and we say yay." Exactly that.
You lot are so mean, honestly. I'll tell you what, I can see so many of you that are not going to be on Santa's list this year.
I'm always on Santa's good list because I have to put up with you. So he always automatically puts me on his list. Just touch quickly on the sad news about Ricky Hatton at the yesterday, which was terrible news. My favourite all-time fighter, really, he was who got me into watching the boxing. I loved Ricky Hatton, so God bless him. I will be doing a mental health show at some point because there is a lot of rumours that it could be mental health related. So we will do another mental health stream soon. We're not here tomorrow. I have the dentist. We're not here Wednesday. I'm getting my nails done. So the next show will be Thursday, although we are on We Are Tottenham TV tomorrow night, and I am on the terrace tonight at 5.
I might just do a show on my own tomorrow. Might blow you out.
You can do. If people want to sit and listen to you waffle for an hour, they're more than welcome. I have to listen to it 24/7. West Ham Spurs. Chelsea at the weekend dropped more points. Brentford getting a late goal. Anyone else drop points?
I think we're going to get some wins against some of the big teams this year.
I hope so.
With this manager, I really do. I think he'll set us up how we should be set up to play these big teams.
Yeah, no, I think most of the other games are what we thought would happen. Jimbo, if so, then I ain't leaving out the mince pies, then allow Santa. Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? Christmas isn't actually that far away. It's actually not that far away now. 30 days
nice to tell because they won't get any presents of Santa.
It's about 90 odd days away. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've got my autumn sign out with pumpkins on ready because it's my favourite time of year coming. Amorim next manager to be sacked. I think Potter next.
Yeah, it's one of them two.
It could even be Emery though. You don't know. It was funny, Paige, because I was in the terrace group and Garnacho set up the goal to go 2-1, or he was involved in it, and they were all going, Garnacho's my number, whatever number he is. And then he falls asleep on the back post and allows them to equalise, and everyone's laughing, saying Garnacho's useless. But yeah, look, I still think there's a good player in there, and I still would have taken him at Spurs. But their defence, Manchester United and Man City's to an extent, and Liverpool's, all need work. I actually said that. I think Nuno ends up at West Ham. But if they want that to happen, they need to get rid of Potter soon, because I don't think Nuno will be around for long. I think he's a good manager. Maybe he should go to Manchester United. He'd definitely solidify him. There's no doubt about it. But I know a lot of Man United fans will turn their nose up because they turned their nose up at Thomas Frank. But they need a no bullshit manager that's not stuck in his ways, that just plays decent football. But I can honestly see Gareth Southgate going to Manchester United.
I wonder if Mbeumo is thinking, what have I done?
I don't know. He had that chance yesterday and blasted it over the bar. But yeah, big up to Graham Roberts as well, who has just been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Yeah. Best wishes go to him. Forest best defender out with a muscle injury. Welcome to Ange Ball. I do, Paige. I think the fact that Jim Radcliffe is such good friends with Gareth Southgate. Southgate Gareth Southgate would definitely steady the ship at Manchester United, and he'd work defence forward. And I think that's what you need. I actually think you would be more dangerous under Southgate than you are against Amorim, under Amorim. But I mean, I don't think they're going to be sacking Amorim just yet anyway. I think they're going to give him time. But yeah, they were, for a Manchester derby, that it was just shocking. And that's how I'd feel if I was a West Ham fan. I'd think for a London derby, West Ham was shocking. The only thing they did was boo Kudus. They didn't really do anything else. It was a bit of a disgrace. But Jimbo,
I think that's the first time we've won at West Ham for a long time. I think so.
we got a draw, didn't we?
It was with Mourinho, if I'm correct.
I think we normally get draws at their place.
I think the last time we won there was with Mourinho, so it's been a while.
That is one shithole of a stadium, West Ham as well.
No,
They're like half a mile from the players. It's awful.
Yeah. I mean, when you're watching the game, it's very. Even their supporters are saying it's a shit stadium. There's just no atmosphere there.
No, if you watch a lot of, there's a channel that we were watching, West Ham fan interviewing fans out after the game, and they all say it's just such a shit stadium.
I think there was a fire drill went there at the 64th minute.
Yeah, it was 3-2. We beat 3-2. We beat them under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Worst ground in football. Seshko as well. I said to. My view on Seshko was I think he's going to be a really good player, but he's not ready. I said it to Jim. I said I think he needs a couple of years, which Man United can't wait a couple of years. They needed a striker that can come in and hit the ground running. I think they'd have been better off getting a Wissa than what they've got with Seshko, because he just looks... everything at Man United looks crap. It really does. I just don't see them. I don't know where they're going to get their next win from. And when they brought Maguire on, it did make me laugh. You look at Roy Keane and the teams he played with, and you look at the Man United team now. He was making me laugh, Roy Keane. He's going, just kick him. Just kick him. We needed a proven striker. Seshko would have been good for Arsenal. I said that as well. That Seshko would have been good, because he needs nurturing, he needs time, and Man United haven't got the haven't got the
patience.
No,
they need it now, don't they? Because they're dropping like a stone. They need players that can come straight in and give them some wins.
They haven't got the benefit of time, I was going to say, but that's not the right word. But yeah, they needed someone to hit the ground running.
They've spent a lot of money on him, and they've taken another chance. They did the same with Højlund, and Anthony. And I mean, it's all right if you've got a team like they had under Fergie. You can buy these players and bring them along, but it's not going to work now, is it? And I think they're going to struggle all season. I really do. Their confidence is low. Their roof's leaking. It's just all gone peaked on there.
And I agree, Eze doesn't look right yet, but I'm pretty sure he will come good for them. But he's not having the impact I think they wanted him to. It was good to see No Levy at our stadium, Vivian Lewis and Vinay and her son-in-law as well. Let's hope that they are going to bring some more success to the stadium.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction here, Kate.
Go on.
Right? I don't think Eze will do well at Arsenal. I said to you when he went there, when we lost him and he went there, he's not an Arsenal type player in my opinion. He was a Spurs type player. He's just not. I can't see him fitting in at Arsenal. I just don't. I just think that he made a mistake going there. He chose them, so he's got to lie in his bed now, and I don't think he's going to do well there. I really don't.
Paige, it's like everything. At Manchester United, Anana's left, who's the best player on the pitch. Anthony's left, and he's been scoring for fun. there's something very, very wrong at the core of Manchester United. Yeah, Morgan Gibbs White. Forest fans are saying he should be benched. It's funny how things go.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? You've got to look at it that it doesn't mean he'd be like that if he was at Tottenham, right? He had his head turned by Tottenham. He wanted to come to Tottenham. He made that clear, right? But for some reason, they've talked him into staying. He was saying because his wife was up there and she was having a bad pregnancy, you know, and that's the real. But I think there's more to it, and he's probably there and really don't want to be there.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, quite possibly. But it is nice to see. Well, I was going to say to see the Forest fans crying, but you've got the likes of Wolfie flip-flopping all over the place all of a sudden about Ange Postecoglou, which is quite funny to see. Danny says, I agree with Jim, and do you know why? It's because he needs to be the main man. It's Arsenal Saka is. Eze needs the freedom, but so glad we got Xavi. So much better.
Yeah, and you've got to think as well with Morgan Gibbs White, Kate. I mean, have you ever been in a job where you don't want to be there?
Yeah.
Right? And you just think every day you go in, right? It's not. You don't want to be there. It's as simple as that. And he probably doesn't want to be at Forest anymore. You know.
Yeah.
He wants to move on, and so it's a hardship to go in. And I know he's a professional footballer. He gets paid a lot of money, but he's still a human being. And he wanted to come to Tottenham, and they stopped it. And he's probably got some resentment in there as well.
Look, thank you to everyone who's watched and for your patience. Obviously, we was away last week. We had intended to stream, but the internet was terrible. Join us tomorrow night from 6:30 on We Are Tottenham TV when we will pump you up ready for the Champions League. And we will be back here on Thursday lunchtime for another show. Jimbo, anything you want to say before we go?
The squad is on until it's not on. Believe we are the mighty Spurs. We know how to win European trophies, not like the Gooners. Spurs know how to win them. The quad is on.
Or if you're just a normal person that doesn't live in La La Land, let's hope we carry on winning and take each game as it comes. But as well, tonight, if you've got nothing to do, 5 o'clock, I shall be on the six-sided show on the Football Terrace as well. Have a great... What?
Hang on. Right, you say I live in La La Land. Football's about getting excited and enjoying and getting pumped. We're third in the league. We're on the same points as Arsenal. I know it's only 4 games, but why shouldn't we get excited and believe that our club can do something? We've got a great manager. We've got some great players now. You know, they're all gelling, playing well. The quad is on. Until we're knocked out of a competition, it's on. It won't change my mind.
You finished talking now?
Yes.
Fucking hell. Quietly confident we win two trophies at least this season. I'll just take one. Spurs enjoy European nights. Yes, we do. Can I have what you're smoking, Jim? Honestly. Wake up, Kate, wake up. Honestly, he done half waffle. I don't know how. It was our 17th wedding anniversary.
Spurs, what to say they're going to lose? No, they're going to win everything.
It was our 17th wedding anniversary last Saturday. Yeah, I've muted you. And I honestly, it's no wonder I've got grey hair putting up with his waffle. Never had so much nonsense in my life. Anyway, Jim, do you want to end the show? Thank you to everyone for watching. Go on.
Don't listen, right? Listen to me. The quad is on. Every time we're in that competition, right, we can win it. Why can't we win it? We're Spurs, the mighty Spurs. We got history in Europe, so we can win the quad. Come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.